I lived in Nepal for 6 months. Nice people, amazing food, and great nature. So that's why when you are relatively young, right? If you're a teenager or you've just finished high school, you're in your early 20s, you should travel, right? Because you'll be okay. Let's say, for example, right, you don't really have a lot of money, right? And you can travel to places like Southeast Asia, right? Southeast Asia is relatively let's look at Thailand. Thailand is a favorite. Thailand map, Google, right? Okay, let's say we look at Thailand, right? Thailand is a favorite for Southeast Asians. What am I talking about? For a lot of tourists from both the American continent, North Americans, South Americans, for Europeans as well, and also for Asians as well. A lot of people. Look at the 10 busiest airport in, let's say, Southeast Asia, right? Yeah. Okay, Singapore. Yeah, Suvarnabhumi. Suvarnabhumi is number 2. Right, of course, a lot of people in Singapore as well. You can go to KL. Soekarno-Hatta is okay. Let's do Asia. Okay, and yeah. Okay, there's Dubai as well. There's Tokyo. Okay, Tokyo is a bit expensive, right? Hong Kong is also relatively expensive. So that's why a lot of people prefer to go to Southeast Asia, especially if you are young, right? Number two is that it's cheap. Number two is that you can also stay in places like hostels, right? You don't mind bunking with other people, and your noise tolerance is relatively higher. So you can just put on earplugs and then you just sleep, and you can just backpack all over Southeast Asia. You can do the, what do you call it? I think it's called the banana run or something, right? You can go to so many places in Southeast Asia that I think is very interesting. You can cover Taipei as well. Very interesting places, right? In Southeast Asia. So yeah, it's very well connected. There's a low cost airlines. You can get a flight for like $50, $40, $30 even. So yeah, what am I doing? I'm going off tangent. Yeah, so Nepal will be great as well. Very good experience. Okay, Fun says, I probably travel and experience a few different countries, especially if the opportunity presents itself. Happy April! Yes, like you should. So when you are in your 20s, right? I mean, it's like there are different phases for you when you are traveling. First is that when you're young, right? When you're young, you're alone. So the places that you go to is probably more fun oriented, right? And you will be probably leaning towards the nightlife side of things as well. When you are alone, or maybe if you're with friends, right? And then as you grow a little bit older, you might be traveling with your girlfriend or your boyfriend, or maybe your husband. You be coupled up and then you travel as a couple. Again, that's another different experience altogether. And then let's say if you move on to your 30s, close to your 40s, you start having children. So when you travel, you will be making plans around your children, right? The places that you choose to go to will also be oriented to your children. So traveling with children, you'll probably be going to different places than if you were to be traveling alone, or if you're traveling with your friends, or if you're traveling with your girlfriend or your boyfriend. So, and as you get older, maybe like 40s, 50s, 60s, your children probably would have already grown up, and you can go to different places, and you will look at destinations differently. You will probably look for places where it's more quiet, places which is not so loud, So when you're young, you don't mind loud music, boom, boom, boom. But once you're older, right, it's like, I don't want all this noise. I don't want all traffic. I want peace. So probably you might be going to places like the beaches. You might be going to mountains and all. You won't be going to like full moon parties, right? You don't see old people in a full moon party, right? In, let's say, Koh Phangan. Let's say you go full moon party. When you're younger, you do this. You don't do this when you're 50 or 60, you see. Not to say you can't do it, but this is something you do when you're younger, right? Not when you're older. So, yeah. Full moon party! And you stay in hostels, right? There are no like 5-star resorts in Koh Phangan. I mean, when I went right to Koh Phangan, it's all hostels, and usually when you go to the main beach, I forgot what's the name of the beach. You go as a hostel together, so you have your own group, your own clique, something like that. So yeah, that's full moon party. Welcome to Kopangan. So again, different ages you'll be experiencing different things. So traveling is something that I would recommend everybody. Right, it's much better to use the money to gain a different experience than to use the money to buy things like a Gucci bag or Ferrari or for after a while you will lose its shine. It will lose its shine. But when you travel, you experience different cultures, different food. You see how people go about their daily lives and nature is also very amazing, in different places. So some people might come from places where let's say, for example, right, we take Europe, right? In Europe, let's say we look at Germany, right? Germany doesn't have nice beaches. Okay, maybe it has. Okay, I don't know, but a lot of Germans would travel out as well, right? And again, because it's very cold, you see. For some strange reason, when I was in the full moon party in Thailand, right, there were so many Irish. My hostel was full of Irish, and I was like, why are there so many Irish people? But anyway, point being that a lot of people go to Portugal, Spain, the beaches of Portugal, Spain, south of France, right, for a beach vacation, right. They probably go to places like Mallorca, Ibiza, maybe, right. So anyway, point being that okay, I'm going super off tangent over here, but yeah, just travel, 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 travel.